There's a lot of good animated movies, and there's a lot of bad ones, and then there's some really bad ones. But like I said, there's good ones, then there's really good ones, but then there's a special category for ones that genuinely make me feel like I went through an experience, that had the highest level of care crafted into it. The last animated movie I remember watching was Raya and the Last Dragon. As you guys know, I really like that one. That one kind of fits into the really good category. But the movie we're talking about here today sits within that special category. And that is previously titled Connected. The story is about the Mitchells as they try to save the world from a robot uprising while trying to come closer as a family. So easily, a lot of the charm comes from the humor, the jokes, and the timing is so perfect. So very, very finite and very perfect. I haven't laughed this much in an animated movie in a super long time.
Okay, look at Jokester here.
I mean, not just chuckles, not even hearty chuckles. I was genuinely in tears from time to time. And the best part, it doesn't compromise the story to make a joke, and it adds depth to our characters, which is why the jokes work so well. There is some insane talent working with the script because it's been a solid minute, again, since I've laughed this hard. Speaking of talent and characters and writing and all that fun stuff, our on-screen cast here is something to awe at. The entire cast does so much to bring these characters to life. From Abby Jacobson's Katie Mitchell to the PAL robots voiced both by Beck Bennett and Fred Armisen. However, massive shout out to Danny McBride. I genuinely like him as a voice actor. He brings his big, hearty performance. He does a very solid job here. I even liked him as a bomb from the Angry Birds movie, which, yeah, you know, the second one was good. And I think he plays a good job as Rick Mitchell, Katie's dad. And he plays the boomer dad, trying to look out for his daughter very well. Each of these characters, even the smaller side ones, have moments that make the movie feel more complete. They didn't just throw him away, they actually gave him something to do here. The main conflict of the movie and Katie's emotions she shares are more or less very relatable, and you really feel for her and her family as they try to fix themselves as well as save the world. Dialogue and family interaction hit a chord in my heart, and all of it felt so familiar and felt very real. It felt like a family, and that's important.
And now, the Mitchell Family Talent Show.
Myla he,
Myla ha,
Myla who,
Myla ha ha.
so live your life.
The other thing to marvel at here is the animation and style and color palette. It is, again, Sony has a history of making very, very visually creative movies, and this movie is absolutely gorgeous to look at. The scenery and cinematography is outstanding. The angles capture some intense emotions and almost very adult. It felt like the audience was being treated as adults rather than kids. It was very sophisticated. That threw me off. I don't see this type of attention to detail in animation too often. There's just some kind of creative things to hide in the movie, and that's it. Another thing is the visual gags. Going back to the humor, relating to technology is downright entertaining and creative. Like Katie getting an idea. It's not just a light bulb, it's a bulb that has Katie's hair and glasses. The two PAL bots that become their companions are easily the best thing to happen in this movie. Eric and Deborah Bot, you both are awesome. And to add on to that, the soundtrack is something else. Something very adult. Yeah, we get your stereotypical poppy pop music, and we get a special reintroduction to Live Your Life by T.I. and Rihanna. But then the original soundtrack kicks in and it gets heavy. It's beautiful, and it perfectly segues into the next brief topic here. The editing choices and the cinematography, I swear, came from a more adult film. They are harsh when the scene requires it to be harsh and have more feeling, and the pace of the movie is perfect. Nothing felt bloated or too short. I can safely say that The Mitchells and the Machines is one of my favorite animated movies of all time. I might even be so bold to say that it is one of my favorite movies of all time. I just felt again, that sense of completion when I watched it. And I have to say, guys, for whatever reason, if you have not seen it, it's on Netflix, it's available. This one is completely worth the watch.